Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Film Blurs Feature Film Review.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so real quick, I'm going to run through a real good, feel-good movie called Bob Trevino Likes It. Look, this is, and I'll run through a triple feature of quote-unquote feel-good movies. Bob Trevino Likes It. I resisted this movie a lot. And by the end of it, I was like, damn, it got me. It is entertaining. It is good. Stars Barbie Ferreira and John Leguizamo. Barbie Ferreira plays a young woman who basically has a bad relationship with her dad. Her boyfriend cheats on her. And everybody just doesn't give her the time of day. And she's so lonely after her dad cuts her out of his life, that she goes on Facebook and finds somebody and tries to find her dad, and instead finds John Leguizamo with the same name, Bob Trevino. And they become friends. They eventually become friends. Mm-hmm. And it's based on a true story because the writer-director did this in real life. And you know, we used to get one of these like every quarter back in the day. And now, like, watching this, I'm like, you know, it's well made. It's a well-made indie, feel-good indie movie. But by the end of it, had some tears coming out my eyes. Good on, I will say this, good on Barbie Ferreira for leaving Euphoria. Because watching this, I'm like, yeah, you were underutilized in season 2. And seeing this, I'm like, yeah, you deserve better. Good to see John Leguizamo in something this small and heartwarming, and did not realize that her dad was French Stewart, because I thought her dad was Paul Schrader. He looks and sounds just like Paul Schrader, and I thought it was Paul Schrader until I Googled it. I was like, oh fuck, that's French Stewart. I was like, what?
Okay.
Yeah. It's in theaters now. I got a screener link for it and watched it before I went to work one day. Yeah, I can't. If people go to see this and enjoy it, I completely understand why.
Okay.
So yeah. So out in theaters now. Another movie I'm going to talk about that's in limited release and is going to expand is called The Ballad of Wallis Island. This is another movie that we used to get more of. It's about this indie rock, indie folk group played by Carey Mulligan and this man who stars in it and co-wrote it named Tom Basden. Carey Mulligan plays Neil Mortimer and Tom Basden plays Herb McGuire. They used to be a famous singer-songwriter duo, and Charles Heath, played by Tim Key, flies them out to this small island called Wallis Island because he hit the lottery. And he wants them to spend the week at his house and play a gig for him, just a personal small gig for him, on the anniversary death of his wife. And you come to find out he's such a big fan because his wife was a big fan. And it really is. I'm like, yo, this is another one where I'm watching. I'm like, you know, it's nothing earth-shattering, but I mean, it's well-made and it's entertaining. Like, I can't be mad at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you feel... It's a really nice movie that'll make you feel happy. And, like, sometimes that's more than enough.
Sometimes you just want story, right? You don't need spectacle. You just want to feel something, and you want to watch a piece of craft or art, whatever you want to... However you want to classify it. Sometimes you just want stories.
It is really the one thing I like about it is how awkward this man is. He is really just He's one of those British dudes who doesn't stop talking, who will make a joke out of everything, like, hey,
Yeah.
tide's rolling in. And like, I get it. He's trying to impress people and trying to make that human connection. And like, it is sweet. And Herb is just fed up with this dude's antics. And everybody's like, oh, he's a cool dude. Like,
Right.
like, Herb is a piece of shit. I was just like, all right, like, Jesus. But yeah, like, this will probably, it's in theaters, it's going to expand. If you go, this is another one where I'm like, if you go see it and you enjoy it, I get it. And this is one where I can definitely say, once it hits Peacock, definitely watch it, because this is a Focus Features film.
Yeah, I got screeners for both of them, and I didn't have the bandwidth. But now that you're giving me these rundowns, like, yeah, I can't wait to actually see these when I can.
So the last thing I'm going to talk about is a romantic comedy drama. I did not know this was a remake of an Ang Lee film, because I've never seen the original Ang Lee film. It's an early Ang Lee film called The Wedding Banquet. It stars Kelly Marie Tran, Bowen Yang, Lily Gladstone, and Han Gu Chan. All four of them live in the same house, but they're couples. So like, Bowen Yang and Han Gu Chan are in a relationship, and Lily Gladstone and Kelly Marie Tran are in a relationship. And it shows you just how insane this whole situation is. And it's well made. First off, like, I like the handheld camera work, and I do like the lighting in this. I was like, this is very well made. It's very touching, because you're dealing with generational stuff from parents that are coming into these relationships between these four people. And when it ends, I was just like, oh, that's a wild situation that everybody's pretty happy with. I was like, that's crazy, but I don't want to give too much away. But this is entertaining, you know what I mean? This is another one where I'm like, yo, when people tell me they like this, I'm like, yeah, I get it, because I enjoyed it too. It's nothing earth-shattering, but like, we used to get like 10 of those, except the only difference here is it's dealing with queer couples instead of straight people. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Yeah, this is worth seeking out. The Wedding Banquet. I definitely have to see the original, because I love Ang Lee, but like, this is not bad, man. Like, not bad at all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Let's get into. Okay, yeah. Before we get into Opus, let me do one more heartwarming film, which is Paddington in Peru. Not as good as the first two.
Right.
Still good. It's still a Paddington movie. And I understand why this movie is a success. It made money. This is the most expensive Paddington film. They bring in Olivia Colman and Antonio Banderas, and it works, bro. I understand why there's going to be a fourth. Is it, like I said, it's missing Paul King, and it's missing that Paul King magic, but it's still a good Paddington movie.
So, and you know me, I am a sucker for Paddington Bear. Like, I've been a Paddington Bear fan since I was a child, right? I named all of my teddy bears Paddington Bear, right? And so the first one was amazing. The second one was magical. So I am an easy sell for this movie. And because it's already, like, it was already out in Britain before it even hit the States.
Yeah, it was like Thanksgiving, it dropped in Britain.
Right. So I had opportunities to see it, but like you said, like, Paul King's not involved. I was apprehensive, right? But after hearing this, it's like, okay, when I need a serotonin boost, I'm gonna pop in Paddington in Peru.
How's Paddington now doing better MCU style and credit scenes than Marvel?
Yeah.
Because like, there's a character who pops up in these post-credit scenes, and I was just like, oh, this is nice. This is nice and funny. These are good jokes. And my man's clearly happy to be here. Like, he's just doing whatever he wants now.
But here's the thing. if you make a Paddington Bear film, you automatically care about what you're fucking doing. Everyone cares. Marvel, it doesn't seem like anyone cares anymore.
Yeah,
it feels like feels like work. For
like
them.
I said, yes, and for many different reasons.
Right.
But like Paddington in Peru is stepped down from the first, but it is from the first two, honestly. Because let's be real, Paddington 1's a great film. I was like, wow, that was really good, and then Paddington 2 is damn near a masterpiece. And like, this is just a good movie. Like, and the fact it's a miracle that this movie works as well as it does without the same creative forces behind it.
Right. I mean, the character's been around for fucking 70 years.
Look, if they can consistently stay this good, then sure, keep making them.
Yeah.
I will go on another Paddington adventure. Okay.
Yeah.
The kids are old though. Like watching this, I'm like, yo, these kids are old as shit.
I mean, honestly, they need to do the thing where they need to pull a fucking National Lampoon's Vacation where every new
they
movie
change the kids.
You know.
Yeah, because they're so old that the oldest child, the girl Judy, she's going off to college now.
Oh.
And I'm like, yo, the boy looks like a fucking 30-year-old man. Like
that tickles me for some reason.
Like, damn, I was like, God damn, I was like, this boy got fucking muscle definition now, dog. Like,
this motherfucker got a full-on mustache.
Yeah, man, looked like he
voice
like
drops.
he could punch Paddington through a wall, bro. Have the neighborhood kids get in on the adventure with the Browns, because I don't think they could drag these two kids on another adventure.
I mean, honestly, that may be what they have to do for the fourth one.
Yeah, because they can't. These kids can't go on another adventure.
Can't. Or you could just make the movie where it's a whole bunch of 50-year-olds getting back in touch with Paddington Bear after so many years.
Yeah, make it another neighborhood adventure.
Yeah,
because that's the one thing I missed is like at the beginning of the movie, the neighborhood comes together to give him a present because the neighborhood can't rallied behind him in 2.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. But let's get into Opus. Jeff, you go ahead and start Opus.
I went into Opus not knowing a thing. I had watched the trailer like literally right before we showed up at A24 to watch it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And from the trailers, like, yeah, this could be really fucking interesting. This could be next level. And I was apologizing for the movie all the way up into the turn, right? At the halfway mark, it went from a movie that, yes, it had some missteps, but at least it was trying to do something really interesting and innovative. And by the end, it became every other escape from a fucking cult movie that you would have ever seen. It had shades of every...
Blink Twice.
What?
Blink Twice.
Blink Twice. It had
Get Out.
Fucking Midsummer.
The Menu.
Midsummer. Yeah. It felt like A24 was just looking for another Ari Aster.
And they've been pumping and dumping movies a lot, because later this episode we're gonna get into another A24 movie. We still got another one that everybody's seen that we still haven't seen, and I'm gonna get on top of that today.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of May they got another one. I'm like, yo, y'all are just pumping and dumping movies now, man.
Right, to varying degrees. So the story of Opus is a struggling music reporter is invited along with her boss to the compound of the greatest pop musician of that generation, who hasn't literally been seen in public in 30 years, right?
Yes.
And from there, we see, where things get, off the rails and wild and stuff like that. It is, like I said, it is interesting until it's not. Right? And when it's not, it's just fucking boring.
It feels half formed.
Mhm.
Like, it really does feel half baked. And you can tell this is coming from somebody who used to be a journalist. Because Mark Anthony Green, who's the writer director of this, he used to work for GQ. And you can see this. And I watched an interview with him with Sean Fennessy. He's another entertainment journalist I respect dearly. He even said during that interview, he was like, it's based off an experience I had with Jay-Z, where Jay-Z put out some news, I reported it on it, and then Jay-Z's camp went crazy and started trying to, do some really nasty shit. And Sean, who was in that atmosphere at the time, stepped in and helped out Mark Anthony Green, and so did his editors at GQ, because that was his first big story, was this Jay-Z thing.
Right.
So, and I'm just like, okay, cool, but you still needed a little more here, man.
Yeah.
Like, even I got hyped for during the opening credits, because it came on. It said original songs by The Dream and Nile Rodgers, and there's only 3 fucking songs.
Yeah. It like the movie literally feels like there was a half hour cut from the film. Not that the half hour would have made
a difference, because I honestly got to a point where I was like, I'm ready to go.
It was like, and the twist, the turn at the end is like, yeah, I saw that coming.
Right.
Like, as soon as it became a cult movie.
Right.
The acting's on point. Like, everybody is bringing their A game, especially fucking John Malkovich. He, like, I want to see. He was so involved, right? He was so into the role that I wanted to see this pop artist. What was his name? Antonio Moretti or some shit like that.
Yeah, Moretti.
I
can't remember his first name.
Yeah,
but
I wanted to see Moretti's whole entire fucking discography. If they had done a mock documentary about this Moretti character, that would have actually been more interesting than the movie that we got.
Yeah, because the first song sounds like a knockoff Madonna song. The second song is a ballad, and then the third song sounds like it was from the last Daft Punk album. Like, it sounds like a track from Random Access Memories.
Right.
And I'm just like, I thought there would be a little more here.
Yeah, I thought there would be more
to
music.
Everything.
Right.
Yeah,
I thought there would be more music. I thought there would be more intrigue. It's a lot of build up.
And like,
payoff.
no offense. Yeah, because no offense, like Murray Bartlett, I understand his character is supposed to be an asshole and unlikable.
Right.
And I've had this discussion with other people, and even they have agreed with me. Nobody is going to be that ignorant about their surroundings and their environment, because eventually you're going to wise up and be like, we got to get out of here. Because like I'm glad everybody was on the same page I am. Like, yeah, I don't understand. It got to a point where even I don't understand why they were still like, oh, it's part. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you got shot with an arrow. People have disappeared. Like, people disappeared where you're seeing them clearly in distress. Like the one influencer chick hacking and coughing, and her allergies are flaring up as she's being carted out. Eventually, 2 and 2 don't make peanut butter and jelly.
Like the one dude who just fucking disappears.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
like the world's longest massage.
Yeah. And even Io even says that, like, yo, these people are gone, and they're just like, oh, you're new to this.
Right.
Yada yada. And I'm just like, this
the pubic hair thing, the pubic hair trimming. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't care how much of a star fucker you are, right? From the beginning, I would have been like, nah, I think I'm gonna sleep in my car, right?
Yeah, I would have been like, you know what? It's time for me to go.
Right.
And then you get to the end, and Moretti lays out the entire plan in the very last scene in the movie, and I'm like, not only does this not make sense, it's lame, and there is even like, how do y'all even plan to execute the rest of this plan?
Well,
Because most people are just going to be like, no fucking thank you.
well, no, it's not even like so. Here's, all right, I'm gonna spoil it for you. Fuck it. All right, so the reason that Moretti did all of this
Is to embed his cult in the world.
right, and like I get it, but I've seen it before. So
But
like
he says they're going to activate, everybody's going to activate and embed everybody into the cult in different ways. And I'm just like,
because like
my guy, no.
because the story, like, and I get it. It's sort of like a false flag operation. The fact that now this chick has, you know, Ao, who was great throughout it, but
Right.
I didn't like her character.
Well, I mean,
Right? Like, she was sort of like, if I had liked her from the beginning, then her peril would have been more effective. But we start off with her complaining to her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, about the job situation she's in, right? And he kind of lays out to her why she's an asshole, right?
it's true.
You know, like we like, and that was kind of lazy as well. You're going to have this other character tell us about her motivations and what she should do, right? That's fucking also lazy writing. There was a better way to do that.
It's also trite because
Right.
he's like, I chose all of you for a specific reason. Everybody who died, it was to get revenge, and then for her, it was to tell the story of
Right.
the cult. And I'm just like,
I've seen
that's
this
trite.
before this, right?
That's trite as fuck.
Yeah, and if the latter part of the movie had been better, I would have said like, fine, sure. But it became this weird chase with no real urgency, right? They're chasing her around the compound, but there's no real urgency or a threat because we knew she's not going to get out. We know she's going to get out. Amber Midthunder, Amber Midthunder.
Her mom was the casting director for this, and I was just like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah,
because her mom's like a well-known casting director in the industry.
Yeah, but she was wasted in this. She just is
Yes,
just the Terminator.
yes.
She's just the Terminator.
She's playing a lesser version of her character from Legion, if you remember Legion, and the character she played in Legion.
I still have yet to see Legion, but yeah, like people have told me that. The movie, like I said, Malkovich being all weird and Malkovich-y, but also in a musical part of it, like I felt like he was actually a musician, a pop star, right? Even with his weird idiosyncrasies. But the rest of the movie just felt like fucking lazy. Like
been there, done that.
Right. It's like the Temu version of Midsummer meets of your favorite music documentary.
Yeah, look, it came and went. Like
Yeah.
it came and went. So that's all I can say. Like it was cool being in the A24 offices watching this.
Yeah, and it was look, the A24 screening room, pretty cool, except for those chairs. Not all.
They need more space.
More space, yeah.
On every side, behind, in front, next to us.
Yeah, but like I love the free candies and the fucking smallpox blankets.
Yo, that shit's wild. Where they're like, you could grab a blanket, and I'm just like, I'm not putting a blanket on me that another person may have just used.
Right, like the hand job blanket. But
especially in New York City,
yeah,
where
like
people sit everywhere on everything.
Right, if they were sealed and I got to take it, better.
Or you know what? Sealed and then they wash it again because I'm pretty sure they have to wash those blankets.
Right, they have to wash
But
them.
we were at the end of the day, the
Right.
last screening of the day, and we were held up because there was a screening going on before us. So I'm just like, no. Maybe it was the first screening of the day.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah. But wonderful building, wonderful offices, yada yada yada. The movie, like you said, it came and went. You'll by the time you listen to this, it'll probably be like on streaming.
On Max. Yeah, on Max.
Yeah. But that's Opus, man. Like if I got any more into it, it would feel like I was bullying the film.
Yeah, man. And you know what? The one thing I appreciate about Mark Anthony Green's interview with Sean Fennessy is he's like, if I didn't get you with this one, hopefully I'll get you on the next one. I was like, okay, at least he has that mindset where it's like, it didn't work for you this time. Hopefully the next one will work for you.
And like maybe he will get a chance to do another one because he's got a name. But if this were a first-time director with no sort of clout, this would be the last film that they ever did.
I didn't hate it that much. I wouldn't even put it that because it's competently made, it's well made, but it's just the script. The script is terrible.
It's not even hating it. It's just saying that if this were the first shots from anyone, like just an unknown director who had nothing behind them, they would be doing these sort of watered down versions of better movies for the rest of their career, right? They would be doing the directed TV versions of better movies. And Hallmark movies and shit like that. They would be doing that, which is fine, but let's keep it what it is.
All right, well, let's move into the next A24 film we are going to talk about, which is Death of a Unicorn. And this might be A24's most mainstream movie ever. I see people are kind of mixed on it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. It is just a fun farce. That's all it is. It's a farce.
Right.
On capitalism. It's funny. It's funny and it's enjoyable. Don't go in expecting a horror movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's got horror moments and it's got gory moments. It's cute, right?
Yeah,
That's the best description for it. It is a cute R-rated film.
I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, that looks like a cool movie. And it's just a well-executed version of what the trailer is.
Right. And you've seen this before.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Right.
But it was so fun and so well made and competent that even though you knew every fucking story beat.
Oh yeah, from beginning to end. You still enjoyed watching it because it's well made. The actors are having a good time, and by the way, I want to shout out once again Will Poulter, just killing it, killing it. Also, Jenna Ortega also just killing it. Another line of good performances. She is probably one of our best young actresses, and this is the first time I've seen, because every time I see her, I'm like, that is a gorgeous young woman. And watching this movie, I'm like, God damn, she looks 16 in this. Good job on making her look like the age she's supposed to be playing.
Right. She looks young in this. And this is the first time in a long time that I've liked Jenna Ortega, only because we were at a point where she was in everything, right?
But she was playing this. I get where she's playing a type, which is the angsty goth girl who has a whiny streak to her.
Right. For the last couple of properties, she was doing the same thing, and I could see the talent.
That's that Tim Burton shit.
Yeah, I could see the fucking talent in her, and my fear was that she was going to be pigeonholed
as playing a whiny teenager
in horror films for her whole entire career, and then a whiny 20-year-old in horror films.
But Yeah, because she's 22 in real
Right.
life. But the good thing about this is they don't make her whiny.
Right.
They made her competent in just saying, like, y'all got to wake the fuck up and look at what's going on. Open your eyes besides money. That's what I appreciate about this character. She's not like, oh, come on, you guys suck.
Right.
Or dad, you fucking suck. I mean, there is parts of dad, you fucking suck in this, but I get where she's coming from because Paul Rudd is a doofus. And this is
Right.
the first time I've seen Paul Rudd in a minute where I'm like, oh, bro, you look your age,
Right.
and you look like somebody's dad.
You look like you're someone's dad. You're not like the smooth, handsome DILF.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You are accounts receivable.
yeah, yeah. You look like somebody I would sit down and eat and have lunch with, and be like, all right, well, I'll see you on Monday.
Right. So appreciate that. I mean, and like the story is basic, simple, right? Like, so Jenna Ortega and her father Paul Rudd are going to this fucking chateau to because Paul Rudd is interviewing for the job of being the lawyer for a dying billionaire, farmer billionaire, and his family. On the way up there, they fucking hit a unicorn, right, in the car, and the unicorn's not dead, but Paul Rudd mercy kills it and hides it in the trunk.
And probably the one of the biggest laughs that you're gonna get out of this movie.
Yeah, and like the movie's funny, it's cute, it's smart, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not reinventing the wheel, but if you told me that this was one of your favorite feel-good movies with a sort of not like with a mean streak, like R-rated feel-good movies, I was like, I get it, 100%. I get it.
I can see like kids, like high school kids,
Yeah.
this being their favorite film.
100%.
Like, I would totally understand it. I don't even hold it against them because I enjoyed the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
But like, young kids are going to love this, and you know what? More power to them. Great for them.
Yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to see this again, but if I saw this again,
would if I had the time.
Yeah.
But I will probably watch it again once it hits
streaming
HBO Max.
Right. Yeah, like I'm not going out of my way to go and see this, but if I end up seeing it again, like on streaming, or if someone else wants to go see it or like that, I'm not going to be mad at it.
Right.
I'm not going to be mad at the experience.
Right.
It's sometimes, like we said, you just want an enjoyable film, a well-crafted, enjoyable film, and that's what we have.
Yeah. It's just like I said before. Sometimes making you smile and feel good is all that's required sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying these will all end up on my best of list because they probably won't. But sometimes all you need is just some decent feel good entertainment.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if I don't have anything to complain about, then it's a win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got, honestly, if I were trying to find something that I didn't like about this film, it would be that I would feel like I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
Right? It would feel like I'm just trying to find something wrong with it.
All right. Well, let's move into Disney, as it's called now, Disney's Snow White. I had watched the night before the original on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
The original still works. Still a great movie. Is it dated? Sure. But I mean, there's a reason why movie came out in like 1930, 1939. It still holds up. There's a reason for that. It's timeless for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
This, I don't think it's as bad as our fellow colleagues think it is, but it's definitely not a good movie. I don't think it's a good movie at all, but I'm not mad at it. Be quite honest with you, this movie wouldn't be shit without Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. Look, everyone knows my feelings on these live action remakes.
Yeah, they gotta stop, bro.
Right? Like
They gotta stop.
even if a live action remake justifies its existence, which honestly, of all the ones that I've seen, this comes the closest to sort of justifying.
Well, have you seen Jungle Book?
No, I haven't seen Jungle Book. Like of all the ones I've seen.
Have you seen Cinderella?
The which one? The one
Kenneth Branagh, starring Lily James and Kate Blanchett.
No, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
Those are the only two I fuck with.
Right. So like you said, like very few of them kind of like the ones that I've seen have justified their existence. So of the ones I've seen, this is the one that comes the closest. Right.
It's because they made some adjustments. It's not a 1-to-1.
Right.
But even then,
yeah,
it's like, yo, listen, they take out the song "Someday My Prince Will Come," and I get it, because you don't want to like tell little girls nowadays like, hey, someday a man will come and save you,
and make
that shit,
and make your life worth it.
Yeah, because that nah, like let's start putting standards in place early, bro.
Because a lot of these bum motherfuckers is not here to rescue you.
Yeah, hell no. With that said, I do like the new song they gave her. Someday I can't remember what it was, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And somebody said it best. They're like, this sounds like a song from Moana. I was just like,
sure, yeah.
You're not wrong. But
okay.
like, you mean, look, it's a longer version of the cartoon, and it's not as entertaining. And like, bro, I don't think anybody stands out in this other than Rachel Zegler. Like, Gal Gadot is not good, and her singing is okay. The lead romantic hero, he looks like a potato. Like, I was like I whispered over to Jeff. I was like, this nigga's face looked like a potato.
And like not from the front, not from the face on, but when he turned his head, it's like, all right, I do see some potato like inclinations. Yes, I will give you that. So now we'll get into like the things that I didn't like. I mean, I liked Gal Gadot enough because she was bad, right? Like, I don't know if that was on purpose or the fact that she's Gal Gadot, because everyone knows I do not think she is a good actress at all.
Right.
And she's like, yes, she's attractive, but like she's not as attractive as y'all think she is, right? But anyway, so the thing that bothered me most out of this whole entire thing, the two things, are the dwarves.
Yes.
Right?
Because they have that it's the uncanny valley.
Right.
It's the reason why Zemeckis' shit didn't work with Polar Express,
Beowulf,
Christmas Carol.
Right.
Dog, you cannot animate. In Final Fantasy, remember that Final Fantasy movie?
Oh yeah, the fucking Ghosts Within or whatever.
Spirits Within.
Yeah.
You guys cannot animate humans. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like it just, we're not there yet, and I don't think we'll ever be there.
And I hope, and honestly, I hope we never get there.
Yeah, because you can tell when something has a soul.
Right.
And this looks so soulless.
All the dwarves look like fucking very bad experimental clones of Barry Cogan.
So I Googled why this was a choice, and Mark Webb wanted to make sure to distinguish that these were their own separate race. So that's why they're not even called dwarves in the movies. He refers to them as minors.
Yeah, sure, fine.
But here's my problem too. This problem with this movie. Everybody got fucking magical powers for no reason. I'm like, that wasn't the case in the original cartoon. Like, the only magic shit was the witchcraft that the evil witch was doing.
Yeah, and their magic is barely magical. So they
don't explain it either.
Right. So they pick up the jewels and they make the jewels glow, but then what? Like they got just like fucking light up hands like a fucking light bright. Like I don't understand why this had to happen. Besides the fact that you needed some more spectacle in that whole entire hi ho song.
Which the song itself, and especially in the original, the song itself is what the set piece is, because you're sitting there whistling with them, and
Right.
this, like, no offense, this rendition of Hi Ho is not good at all.
Right. So I would have preferred puppets. Like if you're going to try to if you're not going to use excuse me, real little people, then okay, because of distinguish their own race, fine. Then use fucking puppets. Use something that people can actually interact with, right? And that's got a physical movement, right? Motion. But this AI, like this fucking Uncanny Valley shit, ain't it. Especially since you're supposed to connect with these fucking things, right?
I also felt like the movie's pacing was weird. Like we were rushing through some shit, and it's longer than the original cartoon, and yet it feels rushed. It doesn't make sense at all. Like that whole sequence in the forest. I remember watching that in the cartoon. I'm like, oh, that was terrifying. And in the movie, it's weird and abrupt.
Right. And that was my second problem, right? So we go from like, okay, the queen hatches her plan to have the huntsman kill her in the forest, right? And we go from that to the forest where he's about to kill her, and then he lets her go, and then we go from that to her like 30 seconds?
Yeah, dude, that sequence was so short. I'm like, why even spend the time and the money?
Right. 30 seconds between running for her life to like finding her way to the dwarves. It's like there was a full 15 minutes that is not there. That would have made that whole entire scene much more that was sequence much more effective. And you can tell that I like don't fuck with this movie because this one continuity thing really fucked with me. Right? They don't explain the dress. Right? So
the iconic dress.
Right? So she goes from like she's dressed like
in rags
to okay,
I venture out into the woods in this nice ass dress. Yeah.
No explanation.
Yeah.
Right? Like that bothered me, and it wouldn't have bothered me if the movie was better.
And the only thing that was explained well and I liked in this movie is the reason she is called Snow White, and it's because she was born during a snowstorm.
Right.
And I was like, that's cool. I like that change. Fine.
Right.
I also like the change that she's self-reliant and she don't like need a man.
Right.
Because Prince Charming is now like a bandit, and I'm like, all right, fine.
Well, bandit freedom fighter, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know how the equivalent of Prince Charming got captured because I had to take a piss. And once they started professing their love for each other in that song, I was just like, I'm out. Like the only thing I found interesting was in the background, Grumpy was playing fucking poker with one of the humans, and I was like, bro, I'd rather watch that than you singing, because they got stuff going on in the background. And I was like, I'm more interested in that card game than I am interested in you professing your love for each other in this song.
Yeah. Like honestly, I can't remember how Prince Charming got captured either. It was just such a non-incident, right? He just ends up captured. Like, yeah, I guess you had to do that for the story.
And because nobody's seen this, because we are now recording this after its second weekend, and it's pretty clear this is going to break Disney for a hot minute because they let's be real, they lost a lot of money on this motherfucker. The way this movie wraps up is so anticlimactic and rushed. I was like, in what universe does this make sense? Like, if this is how y'all resolved it, why not just do this like a whole 30 minutes earlier where Snow White shows up? She's like, yo, listen, I'm ruling this shit now. And that's it. And
Right.
the queen doesn't, everybody's just like, yeah, sure. You know what? We're tired of the queen anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it? That's all it took?
Yeah. Like, and the more, like, it didn't bother me.
It's
Well,
anticlimactic,
right,
though.
Right. It didn't bother me when I was first watching it. And then as the hours went on afterwards, it's like, yeah, that was fucking lazy. I didn't need a sword fight, right?
But give Snow White something to do.
Literally, all she does
is make a half-baked speech.
She makes a half-baked
that lasts
speech,
like half a minute.
right? It's like, I remember you. You used to be a baker, and you used to be a fucking florist. And everyone's like, yeah, queen. I used to have like a job I loved, and I don't like this job anymore. So I'm not gonna do this anymore. So peace.
And you would think the evil witch, since she has powers for no fucking reason, would use her powers to like start fucking shit up. Instead, she runs to the magic mirror and goes, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of her all? And then he's like, oh, Snow White, because Snow White's pure of heart. And I'm like, okay, that's cool that they changed it from her being pretty because she's fair because she's pretty to fair because she's good in heart. I like that. But then the mirror just fucking breaks and she destroys the mirror, and somehow she's entwined with the mirror, and because she destroys the mirror,
is that how it ends?
Yeah, she's also destroyed. I was like, what?
Because I think she poured all of her hate magic into this fucking virtual curio fucking makeup table thing, and then when she broke it, it led to the other world, and she got sucked into
the broken magic mirror world. I like
so like honestly,
damn, this takes it down a notch. Now we're reviewing it. Like, yeah, now I kind of agree with all of our fellow critical brethren. Like, yeah, this movie fucking sucks.
Right. So like literally the resolution of this movie is that the evil queen accidentally commits suicide. So she literally was cleaning her own gun and it went off.
Bro, she like and just did not even attempt to use her I'm going to say it how Matthew McConaughey says it in Dark Tower. Didn't use her magics to try to fight back.
Right. Like
I was like, since everybody has magics, why not have the doors get into a magics battle?
I mean,
against the evil witch?
I mean, give us fucking something instead of Gal Gadot accidentally committing suicide, like wizard suicide.
Oops! I killed myself.
Right? Oh no!
Yo, by the way, y'all, after the movie, we saw a critic I see a lot, and I say hi to him and have a conversation every once in a while. This nigga got mad at us because we didn't like the dwarves. He's like, y'all didn't have a problem with the dwarves, but the CG animals are fine. I'm like, yeah, because you can make CG animals believable.
Yeah, so the best part, I forgot about the CG animals. The best part of the movie is CG animals. Rachel Ziegler, the fact that Snow White actually has some agency, and the animals. The animals were fucking top tier.
I'm like, also, out of everything in this movie, you're going to go to bat for arguably the thing every person under the sun has said, fucking 2 thumbs down, sucks. Get that shit out of here. The dwarves or the miners or whatever the fuck you want to call them. That's what you're going to go to bat for. Okay, nigga. All right.
Like that's the hill you're going to die on?
I was like, all right, it's a lonely hill to die on.
I mean, I'm going to keep it real, and you'll hear this review probably later on in this week. Minecraft did Snow White better than Snow White did.
I just think everything looked better in Minecraft, and Minecraft had a significantly smaller budget than Snow White. It's like half.
But like even the evil queen in Minecraft felt more of a threat.
It was better, yeah.
Felt more of a threat.
She was more well-rounded too.
Right.
Also would like to say a big problem with this movie is the castle, when they get to the castle in the village, they're mostly sets except for wide shots. That's all CG. And I'm
Right.
like, fine, I get it why you would do it like that. You could, even though you could have just built fucking miniatures.
Right.
But then when they get to the forest, goddamn, everything's CG. And I'm like, I don't understand why the castle and the town can be sets, but then everything in the forest gotta be CG. You would think it'd be easier to go to the forest and build a set, or just build a set with a fucking trees and a little house. Makes no goddamn sense. It's insane. It really is insane, the creative choices made. I'm like, okay. Also, shame on you, Disney, for throwing Rachel Ziegler under the bus on why this shit flopped. We all saw the trailer.
Right.
Right?
Like
we all saw the trailer.
No one was sold on the trailer.
We knew the problems this movie had during production.
Right.
Sure, did Rachel Ziegler talk too much? Yeah. Yeah, sure. But also Gal Gadot's right there too, and she's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, she's going around talking all of that is Israeli shit. Like, yo,
right.
Don't throw this all on her. The only thing that prevents this movie from being a total piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like Rachel Ziegler is not the problem.
Yo,
right?
And I've noticed this. Disney has a track record of doing this, where they'll hire minorities, like real creative minorities, and then when shit goes wrong, it's their fault. It's their fault.
It's like this brown girl. She didn't know her place. She kept on talking out of turn.
Yeah. That's why, like, if I'm a person of color, I'm looking at Disney like real sus. Like, I don't think I'm working with y'all right now.
It's not worth the fucking static. Like, Haley Bailey,
especially since like it's so creatively bankrupt.
Right.
Everything they've been putting out, like the only creative shit we've gotten has been from Pixar.
Right. So, like, if you're a minority and they want to put you in, if Disney wants to put you in a movie, like, especially if you're playing a historically white character, like, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
it is not fucking worth it.
Think twice,
right?
Bro.
Because if the fans don't destroy you, right? If the movie doesn't make $500 million in its first week, it's your fault, brown girl.
I mean, I'll be real with you. Little Mermaid is 10 times the movie this shit is.
It is 100%.
And even we were like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So like,
yeah. Didn't need that either, right? Like,
yeah, no.
I appreciated the Little Mermaid, right? The things they tried to do in it, but it still was not. The juice is not worth the squeeze on these movies.
Because I'm looking at this Lilo and Stitch trailer. I'm like, bro, you've changed only one thing, which is like these guys can camouflage themselves now as human beings rather than just put on goofy disguises, the aliens.
Right.
Otherwise, this is like a 1-to-1 remake of a movie that came out when I was like 13, 14. I remember going to see that in the theaters with my mom and my brother. I'm like, no, come on, man.
And like, so watch out, live action fucking Moana.
Yo, and How to Train Your Dragon. Like,
right.
I'm like, dog, like the last one just came out 6 years ago and y'all are already doing remakes, and like this, it's the same thing. I'm like, bro, like the only thing that's changed here is Tough Nut is a heavy set woman now, and people are shitting on that because they're like, oh, you guys made Tough Nut fat, and then Astrid is black and not white, and they're like, oh, you guys made Astrid. Otherwise, people are like, this is exactly what I wanted. I'm like, dog, the cartoons are right there. This is how you mean this is exactly what you wanted. Like, How to Train Your Dragon is 15 years old. Why in the fuck are we remaking a movie that's only 15 years old?
And like, here's the thing. You just said it best. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. You wanted this. This is why you don't go anywhere in life, and no one asks you to make any decisions at work. Right? This is why you haven't got a promotion in 10 years. Because that's what you wanted.
All you people getting upset about them changing the race or changing the body type of these animated characters, I beg for you, please get a life. Like, seriously, get a fucking life. I'm begging you. I'm fucking begging you.
I mean, like, anyone who complains about, oh, they made this character fat, anyone who talks like that is probably fat, right? I'm sorry, but like, anyone who complains about this type of shit probably isn't in the best shape of their life either, right? And when you change the race, it's like you realize that you are spending time getting upset and mad over things that don't exist.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Like my whole entire Star Wars argument is you get mad in Star Wars when they put like a black Jedi or something like that, or a female Jedi, whatever, something that changes up something, but yet you've got full buy-in on the fact that there's a 9-foot tall talking dog with a laser crossbow. That's fine, but everything else.
But this is what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm like, yo, these are fucking children's movies,
Right.
man. Like, at the end of the day, it's for fucking children. Same thing with comic book movies. I'm like, yeah, comic book movies appeal to everybody, but first and foremost, these are children's characters. Like, grow up, man.
They are for comic books are for people between the ages of 12 and 18.
6.
18,
Yeah.
right?
And 6.
At 6, like, all right, from 6 to 18, that is your prime demographic, right?
Like, sure, I still read comic books, but I'm not gonna like, I don't waste all my time and energy arguing with strangers, bro.
I'm not.
I'm worried about other things. Like, hey, I'd like to get some money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like to do some other things that have to deal with life.
I'm trying
before I spend 4 hours arguing with somebody.
Like the time that unless you have a podcast, right? Spending 4 hours discussing this shit is stopping you from living your best life.
Yeah, but Jeff, even me and you on this podcast, on this very podcast,
Right.
on this show, I don't even like doing this shit with you.
I
come on, man. I don't like, I am a cinephile first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like, comic book reader and comic book enjoyer is on the bottom of the list of shit I enjoy.
Yeah.
Cinephile at the top, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you can show me fucking Kurosawa and Scorsese films all day, and I will be happy. Shit. Bitch, I could sit here and watch Commando and Terminator 2 all day. I don't give a fuck. But, like, I'm not trying to sit here and argue about children's movies and children's characters.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. Shit that already has established lore does not interest me. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything that, like, anything that you could say the fucking original thing was better, unless it's a remake of a actual film, does not interest me.
Like Nosferatu, right?
Right? Yeah.
That's the only remake recently where I'm just like, yo, let's argue about it. Because you know why? Because that's a real fucking movie.
Right. Like, but me arguing that in issue 32 of Ultimate fucking Spider-Man, right? There wasn't a 1-to-1 translation to scene 8 in Beyond this, like in Enter the Spider-Verse. That does not fucking interest me at all.
No.
Right? No. And that is boring as shit.
No, because then you get called all types of names on the internet too. You're a dumbass. You're an asshole. And I'm like,
well, you don't know that? You don't. How do you not know that and call yourself a fan? It's like, because I know what pussy feels like. That's why I don't know that.
I'm sorry, man. I got other things to worry about, man. And look, I'll be real with you. I don't like rooting against movies, right? Because that's just we're at a point where I'm like, I hope everything wins, but like, I'm looking at Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon. I'm like, if they fail, I'm like, you know what? Good. Fuck y'all.
And like you said, I'm not actively rooting for it to fail, but part of me is like that. Schadenfreude is like, well, you should have known better.
Yeah,
you should have known better.
Yeah, man. I'm really over this fucking live action remake shit, man.
Like, I was never on board.
Like, we got Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon still this year, and then, like you said, Moana next year. And Moana, I think, it's only like 7-8 years old. It's not even a full fucking 10 years, man.
Like, you just had the animated
sequel It's not even a full
Not even a year
old.
Came out what, November?
Yes, Thanksgiving.
Right? And then like, so you shot that in the foot because so you're gonna have a sequel, and then a year later you're gonna have the live action remake of the original, and you set up the sequel for a third one, which is going to be animated. So you're just going to fucking leapfrog? Is that what you're going to fucking do?
They are going to have to retool the fuck out of Moana 2, because Moana 2 is literally 3 episodes of a TV show strung together. Like, you can fucking tell.
Right. 100%. It's a lot. It's a lot.
They're going to have to do some real heavy lifting if they do a live action Moana 2.
Right. So like,
y'all might as well just come up with a new story, quite frankly.
Or, yes, just do something original. If you want to do something live action, Disney, go for it. God bless you. You know how to do that.
That's why I love The Jungle Book, because they changed a lot in that motherfucker. The story may be the same, but the execution and a lot of it is different. And they took out all the songs except for 2.
All right, so like
and the 2 songs work.
So maybe I should watch The Jungle Book. Then I'll give that a chance, right? Because you gotta justify these, right? Like you gotta do something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's literally it's masturbatory.
I can't, man. I just can't. Like, when I start to glaze over and start thinking about something else when I'm sitting there watching a movie, I don't know what else to say, man. Because that's happened. It happened with Snow White, and it happened with a movie we're gonna talk about on the next episode. The movie that beat Snow White at the box office. It's insane that this is the #1 movie in America. And what does that say about America?
It says everything it needs to say, and it does not surprise me. But yet I'm still disappointed. But yeah, it shouldn't be 2 weeks out from a movie, and I can't remember major story points.
Bro, would like to point out this Snow White has a B cinema score, and the movie I was alluding to also has a B movie cinema score. I'm like, damn, nobody likes these motherfuckers, man. That's another thing. Is like, even the general public, like, for cinema score, anything lower than an A- is considered bad, and like nothing has gotten an A recently except for Dogman and Paddington.
So both children's movies, technically.
Right, and that's what blows my mind. I'm like, y'all didn't like Companion because y'all gave that a B+. Y'all didn't like
Companion was fucking amazing.
Y'all didn't like Black Bag because that got a B. I'm like, how y'all are fucking? I don't know. Literally, what do y'all want?
What do you want? Like, you complain, fucking fans. You complain that they're not giving you adult shit. And when
especially the adults, the old people, they're like, no, it's just nothing but remakes and CG. And I'm like, but Black Bag's in theaters now. They're like, oh, well, I don't like kids on their phones. I'm like, you could go during the day when it's empty, like you're retired. Oh, but now I got to get it. I'm like, bro, you see what I mean? Y'all come up with every fucking excuse and then blame it on the wrong shit.
Right. Like Companion? Like, how does that not...
That movie cost $10 million and it still flopped. I don't understand how a $10 million movie isn't a profit.
And it's good. It's really fucking good.
Yes. It feels bigger and much more expansive than The Brutalist, which is wild.
Like the fact that they only spent $10 million on this, on Companion, that's wild to me.
All right, well, that is episode 155.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.